Last night I was reading Rudy the story of Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Pot. You know what happened? He stuck his nose in the pot once too often. He got stuck.
I'll go right.
Now we're going to see the progression with the defense. And this season, with Karl-Anthony Towns in the paint, the Knicks are one of the worst rim protecting teams. But slowly, the perimeter defense is the first thing that's starting to show. And it played out perfectly in almost back-to-back games against the Atlanta Hawks and the Milwaukee Bucks, with their leading perimeter scorers in Trae Young and Damian Lillard. For starters, Trae Young scored 23 points on 21 shots, and Damian Lillard was able to get 19 points on 15 shots. So the combination of OG, Josh Hart, and Mikal Bridges is causing havoc. So right here, really early on, we're going to see the Hawks try to generate a switch. They're trying to get Mikal off of Trae Young. But check out OG right here. OG's right here. Check him out on the switch. And now teams today, they're going to have to deal with a different perimeter look from the Knicks, as Trae Young ducks the smoke and the Knicks get the turnover. Here's another look right here as Mikal is on Trae Young, but instantly off this pick, Josh Hart is going to pick him up. And great communication, or just these two guys right here, Towns and Bridges, keeping the details to the hip, because they properly stick with their man as the Hawks are trying to create a little confusion inside. But teams this season, they're going to get different looks from the Knicks. Look, if a switch happens again, we got OG out here and Mikal. So this is definitely going to present a new look for these perimeter guards. I think that they can come up into MSG and have a career night. So things are not going to come easy for Mr. Ice Tray coming off this pick. Nowadays, he's going to have Mikal right on his heels with those long arms. OG right here kind of stunting in as Towns is in drop back coverage. You see that reach? Gives Towns a little bit of breathing room as he's dropping back. Trae can't necessarily come over here and just pull up. And also Mikal is right behind him, right on his heels on that recovery. Buys him enough time and pretty much nowhere to go. So to have Mikal Bridges defending the initial point of attack, these guards are not going to get away with the slick points that they used to. Just off rip, him being in that position alone already presents a problem, because it's not like he has to carry the load on the Knicks offense. So his energies could be used in different ways, and the perimeter guards of other teams are going to have him as an issue to deal with. So now Dame Dollar is dealing with Mikal and OG. They instantly switch, and Dame is not going to be able to get an easy shot off on OG. No more easy buckets. Again, Mikal on Dame, and right here they're trying to get the switch. I don't know what's the advantage, because OG is right here. They should have had AJ Green come through, try to initiate this switch right here, or even Torini and Prince to bring Brunson in that action. Then there's an advantage with the switch, but right here there's actually none. Dame dealing with all that size and length, trying to find Giannis rolling. It's kind of a sloppy pass. Let's look at that again. Yeah, deflected off of OG. Once again, the size and length that's coming at Dame. This is brand new. Dealing with this Knicks team, definitely looking different than the way things were in the in-season tournament last year. Those style points are not going to be coming quite as easy. The Knicks this season, having a number of perimeter defenders, are going to punish teams for these early actions, quick screen, but there's no real advantage because OG's right here. He's stuck on Johnson as he's making his way to get into position. So there's no real advantage there. Trae Young gives it up, but the Knicks are still getting the chemistry right, because look at OG and Bridges. As Josh Hart kind of stunts in to help out, they're going to forget to recover to the corner defender. See? Here's another pick and roll involving Trae Young and Capella. As Trae Young makes his way down, see, not only he's dealing with Josh Hart stunting in, OG is the low man, which he contests shots at the rim way better than Cat does. But also, OG is long enough to defend his pass to Johnson. Let's take a look at that again. Trae Young coming off this screen. He has not only Mikal on his heels with those long arms, he has to make his read. You got Josh Hart stunting in. You got OG serving as the low man, or is he going to defend his pass? He's sort of 50-50 on this, but he has the long reach. See, these are some new scenarios that the Knicks present to Trae Young this season that he normally did not have to deal with facing us in previous seasons. Look at Josh Hart. He's fully committed on that stunt. Fully committed. And OG now deflects the pass. So things are going to be looking different for Trae Young when we face up this season. Going back to Dame, nothing came easy for him. He has Mikal trailing on his heels. It's not like he could just straight up pull up. Mikal could swat it from behind. OG stays his ground. And check out Josh Hart. Kind of reads him through and through. Yeah, nothing came easy for Dame in this game. Again, Dame dealing with Mikal and OG. OG completely hedges off this screen. Brunson recovering to the roller. And nothing came easy for Dame. Now, not only this season, Mikal Bridges defending the point of attack is going to be a good thing that allows OG to sag off or just help out. Also, with our bench unit, when McBride comes in, it continues to present a situation of unique circumstances as Trae Young is looking for a switch right here, but there's no advantage. Look, he calls that off. And at the same time, he's looking on the other end. There's no advantage in calling a screen here. And so he just chucks it up. Again, this season, even when we're in between lineups, between the bench unit and the starters, McBride, OG, Josh Hart, and Mikal is going to present some new circumstances for teams who have perimeter scorers like Trae Young. As right here, he's going to call for a screen. But watch OG. He's going to come in and completely cancel that. See, Trae Young is not trying to go through that. He doesn't want that smoke. And now check out OG. Keep in mind, Josh Hart. Some of our perimeter defenders are out there. Mikal and McBride. All out there. But pay attention to OG right here. Look at this defense. You got OG in the middle. Trying to make this read. And he gets there just in time to cause Capella to miss that. But again, with this very lineup out here, if he calls for a pick and roll, it's really Cat that's there. OG comes in and cancels that. But if he calls pick and roll with Johnson, with the rookie right here, there's no advantage. Or even Daniels. There's no advantage coming off these picks dealing with OG. There's no advantage of coming off a pick dealing with Hart or Mikal. So that's why right here he's picking on Towns, and this is a nice little counter by the Knicks right here to nullify that. Right here we see another prime example of the same thing kind of playing out. You got OG serving as the low man. You got Daniel setting this pick. But look, Deuce is right here. Trae has had issues getting past him. The same thing for Josh Hart, but he's going to try to get this switch. No advantage once again. And let's say Trae Young put on a move and got past McBride coming off this pick. Dealing with OG down low is going to be an issue. But he just settles for the long three. But it is what it is. We see a nice little sample size of the Knicks perimeter defense of what it possibly could be. And in the game against Milwaukee, we got a nice taste to see how the Knicks pivot outside of isolation shooting. The scoring in isolation sometimes has been stagnant. We've seen it play out in crunch time in Atlanta and also in Houston. And with Brunson pivoting away from that, getting into the paint, we've seen the ball started moving. Mikal start making cuts. Josh Hart making plays. The offense is looking quite sexy, but it's all a sample size. So we'll see how things play out. Until next time, you fellas stay safe. Peace.